1 mile from the green flag, and they'll race 500 miles. Outside pole sitter Dale Earnhardt Jr. We listened in.
Hey guys, we got a great day of racing here. First off, I want to thank Dale for all his hard work to get us here to where he's at right now, right there on the front row. We're looking for an exciting race. For that, we're grateful. So thank you, Dale. Allowing us to do what we love to do. We are truly blessed. Let's go up there, have a great race. We got 200 laps of excitement. That starts right now. 10-4, bud.
That rumble will shortly become a roar as 40 stock cars with nearly 800 horsepower come by the start-finish line in front of a sellout crowd to begin the great American race.
Mike, it's like a flashback for me. An Elliott and an Earnhardt on the front row. Gordon leading them to the flag. Folks, everybody's on their feet. I've been waiting for 6 months to do this. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys!
Damian Tomlinson waved the green flag. Chase Elliott, Dale Earnhardt Jr. bumper to bumper with Denny Hamlin and Clint Boyer. Jamie McMurray on the inside lane, and Elliott leads the first lap.
Mike, if you listen to Dale Jr., he told his driver in the clash, he said, when there's an opportunity, you've got to take advantage of it. And that's what these guys do on the opening laps. Opportunity, capitalize.
McMurray's number 1 on the inside, looking back from Dale Jr. at Denny Hamlin. Three drivers with backup cars started in the back. There's Ryan Blaney and Jimmy Johnson back there drafting along with Brendan Gaughan.
Looks like Jimmy's going to use patience, not going to be charging up through the field. Going to let this thing shake out a little bit. We've seen action early in these races where somebody gets into somebody, causes a big melee. So I think that's on his mind as well. Not
a bad strategy. Friday night's truck race was a demolition derby, and yesterday's Xfinity race was mayhem.
Yeah, it was the 24-hour race yesterday. That thing went on and on and on.
The Stewart-Haas Fords. That's something new to say this year. 4 of them trying to link up together there. 4, 7, and 8. Harvick, Boyer, Busch with Danica Patrick.
Mike, this is when you're checking out body language. And I mean that you're finding out right now who will let you in, who will give you a break, who will work with you, who's good at pushing. That's what you're doing.
We've got a happy Daytona Day tweet from Barcelona. Cheering on Stewart-Haas Racing is the Haas Formula One team from Spain.
Oh, Mike, Dale Jr. just got caught in that old sucker hole, and I haven't seen that work out very well for anybody down here this last 2 weeks.
It's a little like falling down a well until you get some drafting help when you're stuck in the middle.
Well, what he has to do is find a place to get in line, and nobody's going to give you much of a break right now this early in the race.
Here comes the 22 of Joey Logano.
Little help.
Now, can they make that middle row work?
Well, that's what they're asking. Can you go anywhere in this middle lane? Because really and truly, we haven't seen that work very well. And
look at those cars dance around at nearly 200 miles an hour.
The dreaded 4th turn, Mike. We've seen a lot of trouble in the 4th turn. We saw trouble with the Hendrick cars in the 4th turn earlier in the week. They think they've got those cars settled down. They think they've got the handle fixed. But Dale Jr.'s car was moving around quite a bit right there.
Boyer drops to the bottom in that white Ford and moves to 2nd.
Mike, this is the guy, this is what attitude will do for you. Clint Boyer is so excited to be in this car. He's so excited to be working with Bugger Ravage. This guy, he's going to be a guy I think is going to really be strong all year long in that Ford.
Jamie McMurray in the number 1, who made some bold moves in the Clash and the Thursday Can-Am Duel.
Yeah, Bowyer's going to look to the outside, nothing there. Chase closed the door. We saw Chase do that in the qualifying races the other night. He really worked both sides of the street very well. He's doing that right now.
Vince Welch.
The crew chief of the 14 car, Mike Bugger-Ravitch, was Matt Kenseth's lead engineer when Kenseth won the 500 in 2012. And Bugger-Ravitch told me that this car Bowyer has today reminds him of that winner that Kenseth drove. He said it has really good speed and handles very well. We couldn't be more confident of the piece we have to run the 500 today.
Now this race is 200 laps, but it's run in 3 stages. As you see in the upper left of your screen, the first 2 stages are 60 laps each. The final stage is 80 laps. Points are awarded at the end of each stage. The green and white flag will wave, then the caution, and then perhaps pit stops.
Mike, I don't think I've heard drivers talk about handling at Daytona as much as I have the last few days we've been down here. It's a day race. The track is hot, 108 degrees. A lot of guys were worried about how their cars were going to drive today. We won't see a whole lot right now, Mike. We're 6 laps into a 200 lapper, so the tires are fresh, the cars are pretty good, but that will change as we get into a run.
Another important aspect of this orderly procession compared to yesterday and Friday night is the certainty that Thursday Denny Hamlin had a penalty for driving through too many pit boxes. Started last, won the race. You can get from the back to the front. The urgency to do it right now on this lap and take chances is not quite as large as it was yesterday. Keeping an eye on Kyle Busch in 16th place right now. There's his yellow Toyota.
If you get a minute when we get a yellow here, the 96 isn't giving very much room for 3 wide. You know, you're calling it. I'm trying to stay off Matt, but I got that guy off my door. Yep, I'll talk to him then.
At 96 is DJ Kennington, Daytona 500 rookie, but 2-time champion of the Canadian Pinty's series of NASCAR.
Might be one of those situations where he doesn't know what he doesn't know, you know?
One of 6 rookies in the 500. Matt?
Mike, a spotter change in the 41 of Kurt Busch for 2017. Tony Raines has joined the team, and much like a new offensive coordinator joining a veteran quarterback, Kurt and Tony have really been working on terminology, how to better paint the picture and certain use of certain words, putting him in different situations, the closing race. They've been working on it. Only 75 laps of green flag racing during speed weeks each lap. It's a learning process for this duo.
Raines, former competitor in what's now the Xfinity Series. Driver to driver. Communication there.
And Mike, that was what you heard Kyle Busch talking about. That's that body language I was talking about. You got to figure out who knows. They got to have track presence. You got to know where you are at all times. Some of these guys can feel the wind. I think some of them might even be able to see the wind. I don't know, but it affects these cars. And I think what Kyle was trying to do was tell DJ, "Hey man, you're getting down too on my door. We don't want to do that right now."
So far, 9 laps in the book, and they've all been led by Chevrolets. Chase Elliott, the pole setter, led the first 5. Jamie McMurray drafted past in his Chip Ganassi Chevrolet and has led the last 4. On the inside, Elliott leading the outside lane. Well, Ryan Blaney started way in the back. He's gained 24 positions. His team, the Wood Brothers, have won this race 5 times, and Blaney's more than halfway up through this field, so it can be done. You can get from back to front.
Oh, we saw him the other night. He had a fast car. He got in a little accident back there, and it kind of took him out of the race, but he was one of those young guys that are making some aggressive, bold moves. I think he's made a few to get to where he is.
McMurray in a Chevy, Harvick in a Ford, 1-2. The highest Toyota is Hamlin in 9th.
A lot of communication right now, Mike. You just heard that Kyle Busch talking to a spotter, just pass a message along, and I'm sure there are other drivers out there that are saying the thing, pass a message along. I like working with you. Don't get so close. Don't get down here. Don't get up there. A lot of communication.
Coming around to complete 11 laps in the Daytona 500, Jamie McMurray, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Dale Jr.